There we go. Pause this damn thing. Let's go. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. Bum ba bum. Bum ba bum. Alrighty. All right, let's see. So. So what does this do? All right, shares us the link. I'm gonna test this thing out. I'm gonna see how far they let me go. Because there's a video that I want to cover, right? But it's a little risque. We'll see how we fare here. Alrighty, let's scroll up. All right, this damn thing. This damn woman lost her fucking mind on this one. Okay, so I don't even know who this person is until recently. 124,000 followers. Maybe I should. I don't know. A clip from a rant by this woman. So it seems like there's some mixed reviews as far as what people are gonna think it. Yeah, it's for entertainment. It's yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see what we got. We got that. Blow. All right, cool.
Down, seeing what else other questions you guys have. Let me take this one. Great stream. If one of their goals is to destabilize any and all institutions, what can we do in our day-to-day lives to combat them? The very first thing that everyone can do, and you're not going to like this answer, but I'm going to tell you the answer. The very first thing that everyone here can do is learn as much as you can about the left. And this is particularly true for people who've been watching me for like 6 months or less. And the reason I say 6 months is we've been doing a lot of ICE coverage lately, so that my content hasn't been expansive.
Yeah, I feel like I should point out, apparently she's been doing ICE and border coverage. So, but the left is apparently her brand.
In the last several months as it was like previously. Usually we focus on a wide variety of leftist content. We've just been doing a lot of anti-ICE stuff lately because that's what's kind of like the thing to cover. But like, if you haven't been watching my content for 6 months,
which is a red flag, by the way. Somebody just keeps constantly shifting. I guess on some level I get it with the current events, but you watch out for these grifters, you know?
You are a student, okay? You need to unlearn everything that you think you know, because most of what has been taught to you by right-wing media is just wrong. It's wrong, or it's an outdated belief, or it's based on the philosophy that's 200 years old. But the ideology of the left has a...
I still don't like this. So I heard this earlier, and I just still don't like this shit because it seems like she's trying to shift the ideological goalpost, but the ideologies have not changed. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know about that. She's going to go on more, though.
Evolved and expanded and mutated significantly since the...
And I would agree that they have expanded these things, but I don't think that they've evolved much. Like, they're kind of rooted in the same shit they've always been rooted in.
Those papers were written. So it's like, you can't go back and read Marx and Engels and say, this is what the left believes today.
But you can know that it's their fucking base. That's crazy to like just discount Marx and everybody from the left as you're trying to decode the left. Like,
hey, what the left believes today may have been built somewhat off of Marx and Engels and all the other dead philosophers, I call them, but it's not the same thing. It's mutated, it's expanded, they've evolved. There are other thinkers who have iterated on that work, and their ideology.
Yeah, I mean, it's involved too. I mean, get more sheep, get more voters, right? And that way it's evolved. But I'm telling you, this ideological base is still the same shit.
Has only become more leftist and more dystopian. No, we don't lie. And you like to fucking lie, and I don't fucking like it. Carly will never give any details for action. No, that's not true. That's not true. The details for action are you have to shut the fuck up and learn before you go and do anything. You know what?
Did we just watch a transformation? Because it seemed like we fucking did, didn't it? It just, there's another person in there.
You have to shut the fuck up and learn before you go do anything. And you like to do stuff like this, and you're about to get it put in a 5-minute timeout so that you cannot speak again on my channel, because it's not the first time I've seen you do.
And now one leader, supposedly a thought leader, who is unwilling to be questioned. Oh my God, there's red flags going off on this one.
Carlin isn't going to tell us what to do except for watch her content. Literally go fuck yourself. If you don't know enough to sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and learn about your enemy, you are not smart enough to be on my channel. Do you fucking understand? When you become fluent in the language of the left, you will know what to do. But do you know why you losers keep fucking losing? Do you know why Tom Homan is losing colossally in Minnesota? Do you know why the entire Trump administration is losing colossally in Minnesota? Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know who their enemy is. They don't know what the goal is. They don't know what the language is. They have no fucking clue. And neither do you if you say, Carlin's not going to give us any details.
And this is all pretending that the goals have shifted. The tactics may have evolved somewhat, but they're still the same shit. But I will say one thing that she is right about is you can't teach somebody who already thinks they know everything. And there is a lot of that on the right, you know? There definitely is. People think they fucking know everything, and that's when they close their ears.
Watch her content. You are not smart enough to be on my channel, motherfucker. Do you understand? You're getting put in a timeout now because I'm so sick of this shit from you. I've given you enough fucking warnings. That is what happens, guys, when you try to be a disruptive conservative prick in my chat, just so you know. So, to go back to answer the question more nicely, before I was rudely...
Disruptive little shit, huh? That's how you handle people questioning you, huh? Dude, this chick, I don't know this chick. She's got red flags going off in my head, boy.
Interrupted. If you do not understand your enemy, there is no tactic that you can implement that will be effective. The reason that Trump is getting his ass kicked by the far left up and down the playing field, the reason that Tom Homan should be hanging his head in fucking shame, is because they do not understand the enemy that they're fighting. So therefore, until you sit your ass down and actually learn what you're dealing with, there's no...
Again, this is pretending that the enemy has changed. It's pretending that the tech, man. I'm just letting it go.
Tactic I can give you. I have seen this happen over and over and over again. I've been doing this a long fucking time. I have seen conservatives celebrate that we get elected to school board seats. And then guess what happens? They end up voting in favor of leftist policies because they didn't bother to understand the enemy they were fighting.
And now on this, I'll say that there is a lot of that happens, right? Like when Trump got elected, each time he got elected, there was a wave of people who thought that the fight was over. And this is kind of what she's saying right here, is that every time the right does get ahead, it's like they give up ground because they think they got the lead or whatever. Like that's when you start driving harder, is what it should be.
I've seen conservatives say, we banned critical race theory in schools. Guess what? None of the anti-CRT bills actually banned the teaching of critical race theory. Critical race theory was still taught in every single state that had an anti-CRT bill. You want to know why? Conservatives didn't understand the problem that they were attempting to solve, and the bills didn't actually ban the teaching of critical race theory. It banned discrimination against white people. If you understand anything about the left at all, you know that whiteness is not about skin color, it's about capitalism. So all of the same ideas that...
Good point. Actually, had wrote this on X earlier because she reminded me of it. But it's like when most people talk about white people, they're really talking about the aristocracy. You know, they always like to confuse the 1% with the 99%, which is a stupid thing to do. It's just taking the smallest part of one group and trying to make it represent the whole thing. It's the weakest straw man.
Were taught before the anti-CRT bills were taught after the anti-CRT bills. But conservatives went around high-fiving going, we banned CRT. Every single person who said they banned CRT was lying to you, by the way. You know those executive orders that Trump wrote banning the teaching of gender ideology in schools at the beginning of his administration? They haven't done shit. Do you know how many school teachers I have on video since Trump posted those executive orders that are overtly talking about we're going to teach whatever the fuck we want and you can't do anything about it? Do you know why Trump is just completely a fucking failure in terms of banning any of the gender shit in schools? Because he didn't understand the enemy that he was fighting. And I'm so fucking sick of hearing it from conservatives. You just think you know everything. You just think we don't know everything. You can't. You just tell us to learn on your content, and we want things to do. The reason I don't give conservative retards things to do is that until they literally shut the fuck up, unlearn every retard thing they've ever been taught by their own media, until they do that and actually learn what the enemy is and what they're doing and what their language is and all this stuff, there is not shit that they can do that's going to stop the left. They're just going to keep doing. You know what conservatives are doing, guys? They're cleaning the house by taking a mess from one room and putting it in another fucking room.
So there is some of this, I'm sure, right? Lost in the details. A lot of the people will assume that they've got the victory, kind of like I was just talking about, but not do their due diligence after the fact. I don't know the details or extent if they actually stopped the critical race theory stuff, but if it's still being taught, no. They're using some tricky language to keep that stuff around.
Room. Has anyone ever done this? You sit down to it's like a Saturday, you're like, I'm going to clean up the house. What you end up doing is you take a mess from one room and you move the mess to another fucking room. Have you actually cleaned anything? No, you just moved the mess from one location to another, but you feel like you did something. That is exactly what conservatives are doing when it comes to the far left. They are making it look like they're doing something. They're high-fiving themselves and saying, we beat the left. Woke is dead. Woke is dead. Do you guys remember after Trump got elected and inaugurated, the entire right was like, we won, the left lost, the Democratic Party's over, woke is dead, we won, there's no more of this DEI shit. How's that going, guys? How's that going? Because I can look at the fucking federal government and see DEI. I can look at every school district in America and see DEI. I can look at the videos we watch on the fucking internet where these people are literally calling to overthrow the government, taking over major American cities, defeating the Trump administration at absolutely every fucking step. The midterms are going to be a goddamn bloodbath.
One thing she got right. That's definitely going to have a big shift coming because a lot of people can't get on the same page. But I think a lot of what she's missing as to why is off. I said this before because she thinks that they just don't understand the enemy. But yeah, well, perform or get out. That's kind of the gist, right? But it's not as much about missing the mark of your enemy as it is that free men seem to always be divided because they naturally disagree over things. And that will never be as effective as a united corrupt front. So it seems, I've been saying this a lot lately, it seems like, because like the corrupt left, as we would say, they all stick together, right? If you were to divide it 50-50, like 50% sticks together. And the remaining 50% who try to be free people, they're split like 25%. So to get them to actually do the legislative stuff effectively, it just doesn't, it pales in comparison to what the left does. Yeah.
You understand this, right? The midterms are going to be a goddamn bloodbath. And the Democratic Party is going to win. Not that they've done anything to deserve to win, but Republicans have handled this entire last year and a half so fucking badly, they don't stand a chance at all. And guess what? The far left is controlling the narrative that is going to drive the entire fucking election cycle.
Well, this is what the left, I mean, I guess politics on some level does this, but the left is really about this, controlling the narrative shit, right? It's, it's, you can win people over with feelings more than facts, it seems, huh?
Everything they did in Minneapolis worked. Everything they did, every single thing the Trump administration has done to fight the left in Minneapolis has failed colossally. The left won, the Trump administration.
Well, like, yeah, because most wars is kind of information war, isn't it? Because that's kind of the 21st century wars. Very few, and I mean, like Russia kind of started this new wave of fucking killing people, but that's typically how it goes. It's typically an information war. Even when they're fighting these other wars, they have an information war element to them.
Lost. And what that means is that every single strategy they used in Minneapolis is now getting exported nationally. And so you think that this is the last of it because Tom Homan said, we won, guys. Bullshit. You're going to see this popping up in every major city in the country. It is only emboldened the left. You literally heard them say it on the presentation today. So if you are unwilling to sit down, shut the fuck up, and learn about the...
And learn, which the way she's saying it means take what I say as gospel because I know everything. Oh my God. The amount of people that probably just fell off this chick's bandwagon right here is, I would love to see it.
The enemy that you are fighting, there is nothing that you can do that will be effective. So if you want to keep spinning your wheels and keep moving the mess from one room into another room, you go right ahead. But I am not going to coddle those feelings on this channel. I've had it with this attitude on the right. It is fucking ridiculous. No longer afraid to say the quiet part out loud frequently and in great detail because they're winning. They've never been afraid to. Dorfus, you're relatively new. They have always said this out loud. It's always been this overt. And again, you're relatively new to my content and you're really learning a lot very quickly. And I see that and I want to acknowledge that. But you have to understand that just because you've started hearing it, it doesn't mean this is the first they've started to say it. I've literally been filming these people for years. And they've said the same thing for years. The problem is if you don't know where to look for the content, you don't see it. The problem is that your influencers have lied to you and have obfuscated it. I've been sending videos to conservative influencers that literally are exactly like the ones we watched today, literally for years.
This is dumb, though. She's still back on this thing about us missing the mark of the left, right? Like, no, this hasn't changed. Their goals are still the same. They just, invent trickier language to get it across? I don't know. If you're gonna, I said this on X earlier. I said, if you believe everything a politician says, you're retarded. That's how that goes.
Every single one. I have sent videos to Glenn Beck. I've sent videos to the Daily Wire. I've sent videos to the Daily Caller. I've sent videos to the Washington Free League. I've sent videos to the general email address of The Blaze. I've sent videos to Steven Crowder. I've sent videos to literally every fucking influencer I could think of to try to get this information out for fucking, 4 fucking years now. The information has always been there. The media.
That's where I was confused a second ago. She said that people are struggling to find the information. Like, no, it's out there.
The conservative influencers ignored it. They didn't listen. So the reason you're just finding out about this is because no one was listening when they were saying all this stuff for years and years and years and years. And we tried and we failed. But thankfully, people are waking up now. Cynthia in with the 20. Thank you. Thank you. Lao Su, there is no greater danger than underestimating your opponent. Yeah. This is why, guys.
Well, this is true. Now, she does have a point here, right? Like I said, it seems like as soon as Trump got in, there's a certain wave of people that felt like they could take their foot off the gas. There's a certain wave of people be like, oh, we got him now. Like, no, that's just another shift in the fight that needs to happen. He prayed to Jesus. Yeah, well, hopefully Jesus answers you.
Is why it's so incredibly dangerous for conservatives to say the left is stupid, the left is mentally ill, the left are just paid protesters. Every single time the right calls the left paid protesters, they are dismissing their enemy. Every single time the left or the right calls the left paid protesters or says they're stupid or lazy or they don't have jobs or they don't even know what they're protesting, which is all bullshit. Every single time the right does this, they allow the left to operate completely unopposed. That is why we're in the situation that we're in, guys. The right is allowing the left to operate completely unopposed. So the left can do whatever the fuck.
That doesn't even make sense, does it? The left allows the right allows the left to go completely unopposed. It seems like everything they argue about in Congress is diametrically opposed. I don't follow that.
They want. The right just goes, they're paid protesters. They're funded by.
But they are paid protesters. I don't know why she's in denial about that. It's kind of weird.
By Soros. Look at all their signs. Well, they're all mentally ill.
Now they're all mentally ill. See, then we got to the part she wanted to say the whole time, the slander, right? Like, that's when you start getting into weird shit because you're not actually debating the ideas anymore. As Socrates would say, right? Slander is the tool of the loser.
They're just all lazy. By the way, do they seem lazy to you? Because they seem highly organized to me. And then lazy people don't operate like this. Every single.
Well, I bet you they're lazy in their own lives. But hey, if you pay them or give them a status boost to show up to do some protesting to make them feel important, a lot of people get on board for that, won't they? Even people who are lazy. They're emotionally charged up. They're inspired in the moment. They'll go for it.
Time conservatives do this, they dismiss the enemy, and the enemy just goes on doing what they're doing with no opposition. And that is why I yell and scream at conservatives, because they need to learn to stop doing this shit. And if they don't, we are so fucked. If we don't wake up more people, like I'm talking like right fucking now, we are so fucked. If the conservative right still keeps perpetuating.
Well, this is true. The right is fucked, but I think it's different. Yeah, she's definitely a whiner. But I think it's different because it's the right doing it to themselves. It's not like the left is doing anything great. It's what I said before. It's the free men are always divided because that's how free thought, free opinion, stuff like that works, as to where the corrupt united front seems to be always just that, corrupt and united.
And hanging on to this fucking narrative. They're all paid protesters funded by Soros. You heard them say in the presentation how they're funded. They flat out said, we are non-hierarchical. There is no one funding source. We are decentralized. This is.
Although to this, I could point to. I'll show you something in a second on this.
From mutual aid. They said it in the presentation. The left tells you how they're funded. No one fucking listens.
She finally shut up. There we go. There we go. God, I gotta fix this camera. Twisted up on me somewhere. Fuck. Nah, no guest tonight. I'm just cruising. Trying to finalize some shit, I guess. This fucking camera is about to piss me off, though. Dude, I've snapped this thing back before a few times. Watch this. There we go. Cool. Nah, no guest tonight. I want to just cruise and see what I can do on here. Let me show you this piece. Let me find it. I gotta figure out how to work the damn X on the damn computer. Where is my... Where's the highlights, right? The highlights tab. Aha, there we go. She said that there was no... I'll show you this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Boom. Found this a little bit ago. It was a God tier post. Need more flashlights. Need more exposure, people. And no King's financials released. So what it suggests, financiers. And this is all seemingly like some kind of slush fund as to where they all just pull from it. But it's got Arabella, 79 million they put in. Buffett put in 16 million. Ford put in 51 million. Rockefeller put in 26 million. Soros put in 72 million. Tides, whoever the hell that is, put in 45 million. Totaling like $294 million. Now, if you want, there's 4 million views on this, so you can go check it out for yourself. I will pull up just see if I can zoom in a little bit on some of these things. I mean, these No King's partners. Now, these are probably linked in with a lot of the protesting that's going on in different places, right? And different things. But these are line items for each of these places and what they gave and who they gave it to and who used it and stuff. So her discounting all this money. Look at that, 46 million right here. League of Conservation Voters, Inc. Look at the money, boy. Look at the money. Phew. Look at Women's March, Inc. They got a bunch of money too. But it's to definitely need some in-person gatherings, huh? What do you mean? The peaceful counter-revolution? Well, X is the place where free speech is going to be allowed. It's the same reason that's the only place I feel safe anymore to just like talk about things openly. I never was on the socials before Elon had X and stuff, so I know there's tons of other people that went through being censored and things or shut down or their accounts banned and things. And I saw it all from afar, but I never threw my hat in the mix at the time. So I feel safe on X, man. I do. I really do. I wish they had a little bit more streaming capability, but Facebook's Chinese. That sucks. That sucks. Well, is TikTok still Chinese? Is that a thing? He quit Twitter. Dude, I say to people sometimes, it's actually an insult to call X Twitter. Because everybody that liked it as Twitter, the people that like it as X don't like it for those reasons, and vice versa, right? It's crazy, man. It's a crazy one, man. But this is crazy right here. This is... Man, I don't know why she's discounting $294 million going to... This has no kings, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Because there's like some places in here where you can just get like, what was the name of the company? I can't remember it. It was a funny one. It was like Pop-Up Protest or some shit. It was like, hey, you need protesting? You need people for anything. You need people to flood the school today. You need people to flood Congress today. You need people to just stand on the corner today. Man. I don't know what you're supposed to do with all that. let's do, since I'm on here playing around, let's go over some old stuff that I've had in here. Let's go controversial. Let's go as far back as this folder goes. I'm going to start covering these. And I'm going to see, because some of these I think are so old that I think they might.
Women only have.
Oh, we got more now. That's about as far as we go here, Don. Okay. How do I get to
Authority?
No. Just want. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got here.
Women only have authority because men give it to them, right? Because if men wanted to take away your authority in any scenario, they could, right? Let's just acknowledge that. Again, women.
That's quite an uncomfortable truth. That's an uncomfortable truth. But the people who have the monopoly on force kind of make the rules.
Have rights because men allow them to have rights.
Yeah.
Because, and let's just be real. If men wanted to take away women's rights, it would be this easy to do so. They're not doing that. They're not doing that because they're not the awful people that you represent them as, right? They're not doing it because that's not what they want. They're not trying to do that.
Man, I've been going on this a lot lately. This fucking gender war. I don't know if you guys have seen anything on the gender war, man, but people are being pitted against each other. Yeah, it's a team effort. Everybody knew this. See, the thing is, everybody knew this for the longest time. But now it's everybody versus everybody. It's so fucked. It's so fucked. I have a new line for you, though. Let's see what you think about this. This is a crazy one. Yeah, well, good for you. But I say people who fuel the gender war should be forced to give up their access to emergency services. Like the number of people that are out there, and they'd be like, oh, men are shit. Okay, you can't call 911 no more. And all the people that are, oh, women are shit. Okay, well, you can't call 911 no more because both of these people come to save your life. I'm thinking that might be a good loophole to shut these people up. But yeah, it's crazy. We said that to the defund the police group. Yeah, basically, right? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Which is stupid because everybody in those neighborhoods actually would like more police presence. But yeah, the people who are all complaining about it, if you could just be like, nah, y'all can't have it no more. Since y'all want to just bastardize it and y'all don't appreciate it, and you're just going to put innocent people's lives in danger for people that don't even appreciate it. Man, what a tough time to have that thankless job, isn't it? That's a tough time to have a thankless job like that, boy. I hope nobody recommends that job to their kids. You set them up for failure, man. Let's see what we got here.
Hey, Grok, I want to take a road trip to New York. There is no way that this should be legal to do in your vehicle. Hey, Grok, I want to take a road trip.
I feel like we should pause right here, though, and just be like, this is obviously somebody that believes in limited amounts of freedom.
To New York City, but I'm going to need to stop for coffee at least 2 times along the way. I also need to stop for food because I'm kind of hungry. So can you find me a place that is about an hour away from here for food and then about 2 hours away from me for coffee?
So he's doing like an audio waypointed trip from far away.
And then about 4 hours away from me for coffee again, and then map me out to someplace in New York City that you think will be fun.
Great plan for the road trip to New York City. I've set the route with stops. Full Circle Bar and Grill in Watertown, about 10 minutes away for food.
Hey, Watertown. I know Watertown. That dude's way up there. That dude's by Canada, boy. It's over there. Watertown's, I think it's pretty close to those Indian reservations up there.
Coffee in Syracuse, around an hour from here. Beacon Coffee Co. in Beacon, about 3 hours farther for your second coffee, then straight to Fun Times Square. First leg.
Hey, look at that. Hey, I didn't even notice that the first time. But if you look, you can see what has a percentage thing here. Like 10%, 30%, 10%. I assume that means the vehicle. Like they're kind of averaging out like how much juice the vehicle will have left, which is pretty fucking wild.
Square. First leg's just 10 miles, 10 minutes. Total trip around 5.5 hours driving time.
Thank you. Well, I guess the only thing left to do is to take the road trip. Let's go.
Ah, that's funny. That's funny. But nah, I'll call it. I'll just jump on here. I want to mess around a little bit. I wanted to go over that video. That video was bizarre from this woman. Because she's one of those people who thinks that they are one of these leaders of whatever the hell she's the leader of. Like Grok for cooking recipes. Grok could do so much more than cooking recipes, you know. Yeah, that lady was nuts. I guess she has a big following though. But that goes to show you that man, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? It's that the corrupt left is united, but here we are, everybody else, and everybody else is divided because that's how normal free thought works. Everybody kind of has their own position on things. Yeah. Well, it was good chatting. Good chatting. I'm gonna end it right here though. Appreciate you guys.